Everyone, Stavros here, playing another Legacy League with my favorite deck, Black Green Pox. Alright, nothing has changed with the deck. It's the same old deck. You can find the deck list on the channel or anywhere else. And I think I'm just going to dive straight into it by clicking Play Match. I've already registered. Pox version 4.0, that's good. I've picked the right deck. And hopefully get some interesting matches this time around. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Okay, we're waiting for the opponent to join. We're playing second. We're really, they've mulliganed to 6, but we're really relying on drawing a land, which should be okay. So this is pretty slow though. Yeah, maybe I mulligan also once. Yeah. I regret my decisions. Maybe we mulligan again. And we have to keep this. Okay. We've got kind of the combo in our hand, but we need some spells, I'm thinking. So I have to get rid of probably Sylvan Scrying, definitely, and probably the depths, and then just play a nice slow game like I usually do. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Let's see. I like the name, Chains of Mephistopheles. That is funny. Okay. Well, everything is going exactly to plan. Let's see what they're actually playing at some point. Basic Island Ponder. This could be show and tell something, like maybe the one with Teferi. Who knows though? If it is, I should be playing like Smallpox the next turn, just to delay them a bit. But what if it's not and they start playing a creature afterwards? Do I want to give him black mana? Yeah, we could be in deep trouble next turn. And we haven't seen that much. So I think I'm going to go ahead and actually play the Smallpox. Just because I have a sense that I think they're combo-ish. That's the only reason. And because they're combo-ish, I don't think they run Wasteland, but I do want some green in my life. So I'm going to get rid of my Wasteland, keep the rest, right? Yeah. I think I'm going to keep the fetch land, actually. Snapcaster, oops. That wasn't good. Okay, well, it wasn't the right choice. If they're playing Snap, I guess they could. They're a control deck, it seems like to me. We would like a Sylvan Library about now. Okay. Bayou or Thespian Stage. I'm going to play that so I can potentially cast Abrupt Decay at some point in my life. Maybe end of turn, maybe at another point in time. Another island. Got 3 mana. Teferi. Okay. So their control deck that plays Teferi. They're just going to draw a card. I can Abrupt Decay that, but do I want to is the question. Okay. Well, it's going to get a bit annoying, I feel, that one. So I might as well Abrupt Decay it now that they can't really do anything. I think I'm going to get just to play around back to basics, like kind of a little bit. I get my beautiful swamp here. And I'm just wondering, I would love to get a hymn out next turn, like draw him, play him into Sylvan Library. That would be really nice. But yeah, this could be show and tell still, like, or it just could be a straight up miracles or something like that. Snapcaster would be a bit weird for miracles, but you know, I've seen weirder things. For show and tell, I mean, it would be weird. For miracles, it wouldn't be that weird. I've seen weirder things though. Let's see. Okay, force of negation. They've used one of their counters. That's okay. Play that, and we pass. Hopefully they don't get Jace really quickly, and we have some issues. Entreat the angels. Okay, is that 2 angels then? Yep. Yeah, this could be a problem. Let's try to restrict them at least from casting anything else, and let's hope we draw something that deals with this. Liliana, Smallpox, Vraska, but we have to draw it pretty much this turn. If they have a counter, I think we've lost. Crucible. Well, yeah, I think we've lost, so we can concede this one. Well, yeah, there's no way I can kill 2 of these pre-board. But I know that they're running planeswalkers. Do they run a lot of enchantments? Like blue-white? I think they seemed only blue-white miracles, so they don't run that. I'm going to put a Necromentia in there. I'm not going to do Duress or Leyline. I do like my kind of 4-mana planeswalkers. Chalice is decent, but BUG is probably not good. Probably Smallpox isn't the greatest thing in the world. Do I want to cut it though? Transfer can be good if we get to that point. Honestly, Duress isn't that bad in this matchup, but I kind of reserve it for combo. Maybe I should just the Necromentia. What would I name? I would probably name Jace because everything else is 3 mana and I have an answer for it. Toxic Delusion out to the Angels, but I think we get to the point where they're casting Angels for like 2 or 3. I think I've lost. Anyways, so yeah. Recurring lands is pretty good. Vraska. Is Chalice that good? It's probably good enough. So I think I'm doing it like this. Once again. I'll play first. Double Mox Diamond. Double Mox Diamond. That is rough. But I can only play 1 and discard 1 to Liliana if I get there. The rest of the hand isn't that great though. I would like a hymn in my hand. Liliana's good. I can play turn 2 if they don't have an answer. That's good. I'll keep it, I think. Maybe they mulligan to 6, right? So getting a Liliana out, I could even do it turn 1, but what would that mean? That means I get rid of 5, 6 cards from my hand. Well, I get 3 permanents for it. And they have to get rid of 2, so they'll be left with 4. They'll draw, they'll go to 5, and I'll have 3 permanents and an Abrupt Decay in hand. It's not the most terrible thing I've heard in my life, but what's better? I think playing at turn 2 is probably better. Yeah, I'm going to go for turn 2. And the combo. That's not bad. I think I'm just going for Get rid of Marsh Flats. Play Thespian Stage. Go for this. It's good if it resolves. Okay. And I get rid of the Mox Diamond, which is pretty useless. And then I can combo off also next turn. So that's pretty good. Oh, this is like... This is like AK or something like that. I thought they would run Predict, but obviously they don't, as it seems. Oh, I like this. I really do like this. The question is, do I just do Liliana first? And then I do him. Yeah, I think that has a higher chance of hitting something delicious. Swords. Like it. Maybe they have multiple swords, but this should really help me get ahead now. Excellent. We could go for 2020 next turn. Hit Teferi, which I really like. They might have another Teferi, but even if they do, is it that bad, our situation? Council's Judgment on the Liliana, and they have one card left in hand. That's okay. It could be a Swords. So we're just gonna leave it till their end of turn, and I think I do this every time. I think I go for 2020 every time. Here. They discarded a Swords. They might have another Swords, but yeah, I mean, they might have it, but it's okay. Yeah, okay. Or they might not have it, and that's also okay. That's really good for us. Okay, we really won that one quickly. Sorcerer's Spyglass. I think the cards are still relevant. I didn't see anything new. That one, that frantic search thing, which is like AK, that's interesting. I mean, obviously BUG is good against that, but I don't think it's a reason to bring it in. Is it a reason to bring it in? If I saw anything else that was delved, then I would consider it. Yeah, I think I'm keeping the same, and let's go and see what happens. Oh yeah, they're chatting here, but I never really read the chat while I'm playing. I'm a bit. What's this? This is a mulligan, unfortunately. And this is again an abrupt decay. I think abrupt decay isn't that good in this matchup. I should have probably. I'll keep this. I'll get rid of the Gabble Pit, and hopefully draw something good. And I'll try to make this full screen. This annoying window thing every time. Every time with MTGO. I wish I knew how to do it properly. Wasteland isn't that good against them, actually. I draw another land, which is really annoying, obviously. Yeah, that is annoying. Yeah, I think I just keep it in my hand. I can go Mox Diamond next turn and go from there, but yeah, it's pretty annoying. I need some kind of business spell. No land. No land. Sylvan's crying. Not exactly the most businessy of spells, but um, I guess I could cast it, although I'm not sure how that would 100% help me. If I cast it now, I just get Thespian State, I get Dark Depths, and I can just go off next turn. I mean, there's going to reach a point where they're too far ahead, and I just have to go for it. That could be something that I do. Fluster Storm, I don't mind that at all, actually. This wasn't like 100% the greatest move I've ever made. I'm not going to pay any of this. Yeah. So I feel fine about that one. I think I didn't play Mox Diamond because I'm afraid of Teferi next turn. So if they play Teferi now, they're just drawing a card. And they're pondering again. Now I want to hit a nice hymn because they have to 2-for-1 themselves. And they're at 5 cards. I have to hit something good here. All right. Okay. Okay. Here we go. This is not going well. This is too many lands now. I did start with many lands, but then I drew a Sylvan Scrying, which gets a land, and a Swamp, which is a land. Another Frantic Inventory. Now it's getting a bit more serious. Okay. I wonder, I'm just gonna, in the unlikely event that I want to fetch. I mean, this would be nice in any other situation, really. Not in this specific situation. I think can I bait a nice counter here, is the question. People are afraid of Crucible. They're like, oh no, Crucible. They're afraid. Maybe it's just plain old counterspell here. Okay, that was successful in my book. I wasn't doing anything with Crucible. They have 4 basics. Another Ponder. This is going from bad to worse. Now I hope next turn I draw. I didn't play a land. Did that happen? Damn it. That's weird. I think they've set up their, maybe they've set up some angels, which will make this pretty tough for me. I can play, I guess, around Spell Pierce, but I don't think they run Spell Pierce. I'm just going to say that they don't run Spell Pierce. Force of Negation. Yeah, I'm not sure what. Yeah, if they do a bunch of angels here. Oh, I was expecting angels. Monastery Mentor. It's a shame I don't have Abrupt Decay up. Well, okay. I think I have to get rid of it this way. I think this is the better way. Yeah, I mean, if I cast Smallpox in response, they cast something else, right? If I cast Abrupt Decay on it in response, they might cast something. And then I'll Wasteland and Smallpox and get rid of the token also. I think I have to do this. And I don't think they run like Veil or something like that. Luster Storm? Okay, they're going to cast a bunch of things there. I'm not going to pay any of those. Okay. Still not paying. Still not going to pay. I'm sticking to my guns of not paying. I guess then what I can do is I can do this. Hit that one. And then go for this and hope for the best. And I guess I'm getting rid of Mox Diamond and Orborg, and I keep the Orborg, right? So get rid of Mox Diamond and get rid of Orborg. So they got rid of the Tundra from their handles. Okay, so they have one, I'm thinking, good card in their hand. Just a Ponder. Or maybe they drew the Ponder, who knows. So we're in top deck mode, which isn't the best place for us. Um, hmm. I mean, yeah, I can do this. I'm not sure why, but I can do it. Let's see. That was something. I don't think I'm going to loam. I need something on board. Narset, okay. Well, now I can't draw extra cards. They're going to look at a bunch of cards. They've got force in their hand. That's fine. I still think I'm not loaming. Should have loamed. I knew it. Okay. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Of course, they now have force backup, and they get an extra 2 cards from these, which is going to be really bad for us. What do I need? I need probably a series of something like him into Sorcerer Spyglass into Abrupt Decay into Sylvan Library. Like that's the order of things I need. Yeah, they'll force this, but at least that might get something else through later. They didn't force it, so they have Council's Judgment in their hand. That's the only way this makes sense. It doesn't make sense in any other way, I have to say. Okay, I mean, that's good. That makes sense also. Okay, that's only 2 angels. I guess they can protect them, but Abrupt Decay definitely gets them. Yeah, they're way up on cards. I don't think this is going to end well. Maybe I should have mulliganed that hand. It didn't really do much. And maybe Abrupt Decay isn't that good. Oh yeah, of course, Narset. I always forget that. Yeah, I drew another land, and they have force in their hand, right? So okay, let's just play this quickly. Let's pass over to them and see what happens. I think they're just going to attack 2 times, maybe 3 times, and then I won't have any outs. But even if I draw something here, it has to be Abrupt Decay into Abrupt Decay, and they still have Jace and Narset on board. Yeah, it's probably not realistic winning this. I'm probably wasting my time now that I think about it. And a Teferi. Okay, I think we can concede now. I don't think anything good was going to happen in that game going forward. So they're kind of out grinding us. They have Do they have more planeswalkers? They probably run like 2 Teferi, 2 Narset, 2 Jace, maybe, or Jace and Monastery Mentor. But we didn't really, yeah, get to a good start there. It didn't go as planned. I think maybe I should have mulliganed slightly differently, and maybe Duress is good enough just to hit those 4-mana planeswalkers or 3-mana planeswalkers. Yeah, maybe Duress would have been a good idea. I'll have to look into that. And then taking away Chalice, because Chalice, yeah, it stops Ponders. I didn't see a single Brainstorm. That's the weird thing. I saw loads of Ponders, but there must be 4 Brainstorms in there. Still, I didn't see them. Oh, this is a great hand. It has turn 1 him, turn 2 Liliana, or Abrupt Decay, depending on what they're doing. I'm keeping this. I have Acceleration, so even though I'm playing second, it's good. Am I playing against the same deck, though, is the question. Nope, this is Delver. So our hand is pretty good, I think, against Delver. Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to go like this. Get rid of that. And then just try to hit him with a him. They might cast a Daze. That's fine, though. Then there'll be another. They won't be able to play a 2-drop next turn. Spell Pierces. 2 of them. I like this. No flip. I like that even more. It's going well here. And Ponder, so they don't have another threat. Or 2-mana threat. So maybe Liliana can come down next turn. Because we had 2 Spell Pierces they didn't have. They didn't shuffle, they drew a card. And they do that. Okay. I don't think they have another Spell Pierce. I don't think it's worth playing around Days now. I can just play Liliana. I could go Dark Depths into Smallpox. Or I go for Liliana and then Smallpox next turn. I think I prefer this. If this goes through, then worst, it's a 2-for-1. Yep. Okay. So we're in the driver's seat here, and we have half our combo in hand. So I feel pretty good here. They're going to waste us, maybe. That's okay. And they're going to play a threat. They're going to play a Ponder. They don't want to play their Delver. No, they do want to play their Delver. They have a Hooting Mandrills. Okay. I mean, do they have a... Do I play around Days now? Is the question. I think I might as well. Hopefully we don't get punished here. With the Force, because we could have gotten rid of the Force. Okay. Sack a land. They sack a land, and then we get rid of their last card. And we have a Liliana on board. We have 2 mana sources. Yeah, we go from there. This isn't a bad place to be. Hopefully we draw like a Loam or something like that. Or yeah, our Wasteland would be nice, obviously. Whatever they keep, though, they lose. Wasteland time. Degeneracy time. They'll have no permanence in play, no nothing in hand, and I'll be laughing. Haha. Well, let's do this. Oh, yikes. Loam. They're playing loam. I mean, they can get it back at hand, but it doesn't do anything. They have to wait for some lands, I feel. Oop, almost did that. We're halfway there. Oh, if they had one land there, it wouldn't have been bad for them. Okay. Oh, well. Not the greatest. We can, though, we've got Liliana to answer any kind of creature. Brainstorm, that's a good card, I've heard. That's what I've heard. Another land. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. You want to do the loam game? Let's do the loam game. I'm not going to let them loam, I think. Yeah, this is the safest play for me. Yeah, okay. Let's begin sideboarding. That was a good call from them because it would have gone worse from there. Okay, so they run loam, but to me it seemed like Rug Delver. But there's a loam in there just because they like loam. What else could there be in there? I guess I'm keeping Bajuka Bog. They have Delve. They have the Hooting Mandrills. They have Delver, which, yeah, and they have Loam. So Bajuka Bog is fine. I think it's not Leyline territory. Golgari Charm, I think they probably run 1 or 2 Sylvan Libraries, but Abrupt Decay should be good enough. Toxic Deluge, I don't like that card that much. I like it against like, I don't like that card. I never like that card. I think I'm going with my main deck. I think my main deck is good. It's a nice deck. It's a great deck, this one. Let's see. They're going to play first like last game, so that's cool. I mean, this is a Chalice. Chalice on 1, followed by Smallpox and multiple Lilianas. And if I draw a land, then we're good. So I feel like this is good enough. Delver. Delver. Delver again. Okay. Ooh, okay. Well, I think I have to get rid of Dark Depths here. Yeah, I think I have to. And I'm just going to go for my very classic Swamp and go for a Chalice on 1 and see how do they react. They didn't see any of these shenanigans. They didn't see Chalice last game. They're just dazing it, which is pretty good news for us. Because now they can't play any 2-drop. They're reset back to 1 land. Their Delver might flip or might not, depends. But we're going to cast Liliana into Liliana. They didn't flip. We're pretty lucky there. We're just going to cast as many Lilianas as we can here. And kill the Delver. And then they might bolt the Liliana, and then we cast another Liliana. That would be great. And then a Smallpox to get their Hooting Mandrills. And then we win. That's it. They're slower than Blue-Red Delver, which is great for us because that means that basically we're not under that much pressure. Okay, I think I'm going like this. Dark depths. Oh, you know what? That's one thing that I have theorized a lot, that it could destroy me, because now they know what they have to counter. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day for me, because um, if I lock them down, then they're not casting anything. So I just have to go for a bigger lockdown now. Yeah, they see that I don't have any. They lost a card, but they see that only Karn and Last Hope is in there. So we're going to play over those and see what happens. Who knows? Those are enough win conditions. More than enough. Okay, buddy. Let's go. Let's play this game. If he wants to play this game, we'll play this game. A nice Trinisphere would be cool. If it goes through, then I think we've won. And assuming that they don't do the triple land. I'm kind of glad now that I have at least 2 other win cons, because if I had removed Karn, then it's only Last Hope, which isn't bad really, because yeah, only Last Hope. It's still okayish. I wish I had 1 more just to diversify, but I don't. Um, I guess doesn't it? Can I cast Necromentia on myself? Is the question, and just make some tokens. That would be funny. Hmm. They must have known this was coming. Um, I'm afraid of a bolt on my Liliana. I could get rid of the Bayou. Yeah, I'm not getting rid of my second Liliana. Oh, they have many lands? Delver, that's okay. I guess I can go that into Liliana, take up. I think that makes the most sense for me. But if they counter this, then we're not in the best place, but they haven't been countering anything else. Force of negation, okay. They're left with 1 card, though, and I have a smallpox, so I still feel like I'm a bit ahead. Okay, I need something to recur Wasteland now, or something else like that would be nice before they get to Loam. That doesn't seem right. I'm giving this my hand. No reason to play it, I think. Yeah. Okay. Tarmogoyf, okay. Now if they counter my smallpox, then there are some issues. But I guess I have to go with this. Hopefully they don't counter it. Oh, they had it. It was the last two cards. Actually, they drew. Well, where's the other one? Oh, Spell Pierce also. Well, okay. Well, we're going for, we have a lot of things that kill creatures in our deck. We're hoping to draw them. And for them not to draw anything else. Oh, well, that was, they got us there, I have to say. Where were you? Where were you before, my good card? I need now a Smallpox, and they can't respond to it. Or Liliana of the Veil, and they can't respond to it. Come on, top deck time. Sure. Yeah, that works. I forgot about that one. Cool. And now I need a loam or a crucible. Since I'm asking for things, like a crucible would be nice. I think I'm still casting this. Actually, if they play one more land and something, then I can cast this. Yeah, I think that would be better. Okay, game over, buddy. Hope you had a good time. Enjoy the game. Even though we have that. Let's go for Liliana Less Hope. Well, Sylvan. Let me ask for Sylvan Library. That's the one I want now. Oh. Yeah, I should have done that one first. I should have done, yeah, the Wasteland first. I'm going to start wasting their fetch lands going forward. Actually, I don't even need to do that. Yeah, I was going to get to those win conditions eventually. They knew that, and there was no way they could. They would have to draw like 5 or 6 lands in a row or something like that to get out of that. Very unlikely. Very unlikely. Okay, we're going into the next one. That was a win against Delver, even though they were on the play both games. Slow. I mean, it's good against some decks because it has, yeah, it has Bajuka Bog. So against like Dredge and Hogak were really good. I have the combo in hand and I have a Trinisphere. It's really bad against other decks, but I think I have to keep this and see what happens. Basic Island Brainstorm. That's weird. Just start with a Brainstorm. They don't know what they're looking for. They're casting Brainstorm, and they don't have a fetch land. They're just drawing things again. Isn't that weird? That feels weird. That feels very weird, actually. Maybe they're just like, they go land, oh, they don't need to know what they're looking for. I guess this is what they're telling me here. Oh, we've got a fan. Let's see. They know what we're playing. Oops. The element of surprise is gone. I don't want them to get to too much mana, so I guess I have to start doing weird things like this. I don't think Transfer is good when they have soul lands. I think that's not the best thing to be doing. And they just daze it. I mean, daze and soul lands, and this is a weird one, yeah. That's a weird one. I mean, what is it? They're not playing things. They should be playing things like, I don't know, Karn or something else. And we should be playing Sylvan Scrying for Wasteland or something else. They're still not playing things. Oh, wow. I don't know. I mean, if we let them get to 6 mana, where does it end, really? Where does this end? We can try to Bajuka them here, or I could just go straight for the combo and hope that they don't get there. Whatever there means for them, because a Karn right now is just devastating for us. They played City of Traders, so they probably don't have that many other lands, so I think maybe we do that. Another Daze. This is such a weird deck. I really don't know what I'm playing against here. I'm just going to pass. I mean, show and tell actually makes sense now that I think about it. Yeah, it's show and tell. Oh boy, that took me a long time to come to that conclusion. Well, we have the solution to omniscience, which is Trinisphere. Kind of solution. Solution-ish. I like this. Wait a second. I'm just going to play around something. Grizzlebrand. Okay. I hope they don't have like Reanimator also in there. And we're giving them Black Man or something. Show and tell. Okay, we're putting in Trinisphere. They can cast one spell. And it's Grizzlebrand. Oh, they drew it again, or they had it, or what happened here? I guess we got rid of one of them and they drew the other one. That seems unfair. Maybe Smallpox is nice here. This would have been nice, like many turns ago. Will Bajuka Bog do anything against them? I think Verdant Catacombs is probably better for me. But if they cast, I guess they might be able to cast. Let's see if they have the Emrakul next turn. Let's just go from there. If they have the Emrakul, they win, and then we just go to the next game. It's a tough match, but I think we can do a few things. Yep. Okay. We can concede this one. It's show and tell. Okay. They like our videos, so they know what we're, what we're playing. Damn it. But we're gonna go with our tried and tested this thing. Spyglass. Don't think it's that great actually in this matchup. I don't even think Chalice is that great in this matchup. I know Abrupt Decays aren't great. I'd rather put in Golgari Charms. Spyglasses against Grizzlebrand, just make it a 7/7 flyer and see what's in their hand. Yes, please. I'm going on the play here. Oh, disgusting hand. It's him into Liliana, potentially. That should be good enough, right? And if we draw any other land, we're golden, kind of. Let's hope they don't turn one us. Yeah. We can always wasteland also, that's interesting. Boseiju. That seems like the least likely thing. Maybe it's just in their main deck, because I can't think of a single reason why they should be doing that. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think I'm going for this. Okay, we got rid of a few things. We're gonna hymn them again next turn and then Liliana them. Okay. God, these are great draws, right? This is like exactly what we wanted. And then wastelanding also. Maybe they don't have even colored mana. Oh, they do. Well, Liliana's good here, or 2020 is good. Surprise! This is so much fun. Well, I don't know. Yeah, keep doing it. If it's working, keep doing it. That's what I say. I can make a 2020 next turn and hope that they don't do anything too bad to us. They have one card in hand. They were playing Days. I think I'll go for that. And then go for the 2020 next turn. Like whatever happens this turn, I'm going for the 2020. There's no more like time to be messing around here. They can't have the combo. Okay, cool. Well, we got him there. I mean, it was it was 3 hymns. It was just him after him after him, and they went down. That's it to be expected, I think, at that point. Do we keep like an abrupt decay in or something like that? Or do we put in chalices? Our chalice is actually good. Is Crucible not good? Probably not that great. They have a lot of non-basics. I was surprised. Maybe it is okay. On the other hand, I sometimes like playing like Karn on turn 2 or 3 and just making tokens and just putting the pressure on them. Like actually having a clock. No, it's crazy. Oh, Last Hope seems worse than Karn. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I think I'm going to go with this. Or maybe it's just going for a 2020 and keeping Chalice in. But I do have the duresses. I think I'm going for this. Let's see, 1 Chalice. That's wonky, but I have the combo and I have a duress turn 1. I think that's okay. I mean, let's see. They mulliganed to 6. No, they didn't. Oh, they mulliganed to 6. And now I can duress them, take their best card, and then build towards the combo slowly. Maybe wasteland them also on the way. Maybe draw him and just him them. Okay. Starting to get afraid of things. That's not a great draw, but at least I've got one form of interaction. They have Emrakul, they have Magus. Ooh, Magus, okay. Magus. Magus, you say? Oh boy, that's just annoying. I saw it last game, right? And I didn't respect it. Um, yeah, Magus is something. Yeah, I saw it last turn, but okay, I can start with my Dark Depths and just hope to get there. Um, that's half like a battle one. And we've taken out all our abrupt decays, but like a Sylvan Library now, just about now, would be nice. That's why that should have been Thoughtseize, right? Thoughtseize would have been much better there. Let's see if we can claw our way out of this one. Well, let's start with our basics and see what happens. If I had fetched the swamp, I would be much closer to doing that. But if I had known they had Magus, then I should definitely fetch a forest. But yeah. Yep, this is a problem. We're getting to problematic things now. I think it's going to be eight attacks. Yeah, maybe I should be buying. I haven't bought Thoughtseize online because I didn't want to spend the tickets, which yeah gets you into these kind of situations where I think Duress is better than Kozilek Inquisition, but it's worse than Thoughtseize. Clearly, as we see right now. Um, okay, we've got the solution in our hand. We do not have the mana to cast it. And they might have like okay, even if they have a force, they can't actually cast it, but they could probably cast it from their hand, right? This is one of those games. We can't even cast that because we didn't fetch a swamp to begin the game. When we saw Magus last game, that is just yeah, having one swamp would have made things better, slightly better, because now we're waiting on Mox Diamonds and and luck. Well, Mox Diamonds, Sylvan Library, Loam is probably pretty good. Um, Sylvan Scrying is decent. Oh boy. A show and tell would be devastating for us. Come on, Swamp or Mox Diamond top deck is what we're looking for here. And then we get a 2020, right? Yeah. That's kind of a swamp. Well, what do I do now? Let's keep playing our mountains, I guess. Okay, now we've run into more. Oh, do they already have the? Do they already have omniscience into Emrakul? Yep, they got us. We had a lot of draws actually. Now that I think about it, we had any Sylvan Scrying. Should we draw a card? No. Nah. Nope. Okay. That would have gotten us in a few turns. Well, no, it would have cast that, then swamp, then gotten rid of that, got a 2020. Maybe I wouldn't have survived that, but this is quite a few cards down. But all we needed was a Mox Diamond, really. Or A library would have been pretty good because then we would have drawn cards, I think. Although there was some pressure. Nah, okay. We lost that one, fair and square. And we go to the next one, if we can find the window. 1 win, 2 losses. Okay, let's try to get another win. Let's try to get over the hump of losing a bunch of games and matches. They're kind of. I wouldn't say the first match was close. This one was kind of close. We had outs, quite a few outs. Maybe I should have kept some abrupt decays in there. And we've never been on the play. Rolled a 1, they rolled a 2. Yeah, this is very reasonable. It has 3 lands, it has our him, it has, yeah. I think this is really, really reasonable. Mock assignment, okay. But we're playing against lands, it seems to me. Our own Mox Diamond would be great here. Nope, it's Swamp. Let's start with that, and then we can Abrupt Decay next turn. Even though they'll probably draw like 2 cards or something. 2 cards drawn. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be troublesome, I sense. And a Ghost Quarter. Well, is hemming them any good, I guess, is a question. Or is just going for Abrupt Decay the best solution we have? Abrupt Decay, Sylvan. And then we can cast all the rest of our cards because they're not. No, I always click him, just like autopilot. Exploration is pretty scary also, but what can we do? What can we do here? Okay. Nans is a tough matchup. It does get better though, I have to say. They're going to 2. That's cool. That makes sense. They have a wasteland, so we could be in trouble. And another wasteland. Now we're actually in trouble. Oh, okay. I mean, I think I'm doing this. And at least now I can cast my Liliana next turn, definitely. And I think Liliana's not bad. They have no way to recur their lands, which I like. And Liliana is a threat. And we have a way to recur our lands. Wow. This is good. Let's see. Let's see, buddy. Who is the loamiest of them all? Am I the loamiest of them all? If we got a wasteland, we could kind of waste them out. They've gone to 3, of course. They're going to lose that land, though. That's something. It's not great, but it is something. Ancient Tomb. Yikes. They run Ancient Tomb main now, right? Okay, they tapped the mana. I was like, what the hell is that? Like, that kind of mana. If they don't hit force now, that would be great. Oh no. Are they thinking about hitting forest with Ghost Quarter? That would be a bit concerning. Yeah. They thought about it. Oh no. Ah, so you think you're a funny guy? Oh, I should have played him first. Again, the same thing. Okay. Grove is nothing really. So Music Forest, that one, that one. Hmm. Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. Last card was crop rotation. So I should have played that him. Oh boy, that is just heartbreaking. But at least I can start loaming, whereas they're not doing that. And they've used their Pachukabog. Well, that could cost us the game really, but let's see. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Um, yeah, these are nice cards to have. Um, yeah, I need a big planeswalker. No, I'm going to cancel that. Okay, after this, I'm going to start loaming 100%. I wish I had exploration, obviously, but you know. They have the exploration. Damn them. Yeah, they're the better lands deck. I think we understand this. I think there wasn't any doubt ever in my mind that they're the better lands deck. I think I'm going to set up this trap of him, them, wasteland, or yeah, something. Yeah, some kind of trap around wasting and playing Pachukabog, wasting my own thing, or something like that. Is that relevant? So right now I'm thinking I waste myself, I loam, I get it back, I play the Bajuka Bug, I get rid of their life from the loam. After I've also cast him, which I can't do because I have Trinisphere in play. Hmm. I'm going to try this. This is a bit crazy. Oh, I do want to use that. Okay, these are 3 nice lands here. Okay. Hmm. There's 6 lands. They need another one, right? Hmm. Well, they could play another one, I guess. But I'm going to try to get their Field of the Dead. I'm definitely going to loam now and try to get a 2020, I think. Okay. I'm going to have the Mox Diamond, right? Hmm. Do I keep loaming? Because they are the better loam deck. That is without a doubt. um, I mean, I might as well cast loam, I think. Or do I do this one? Do I hymn them? I really like. What are the answers to these questions? I don't have no idea. Um, if they can make a 2020 next turn, then we have no outs, right? So maybe I just do this in case they have it in their hands. Yeah. And another Field of the Dead. Okay. Glad we didn't go down that route. But if they get a 2020 now, that would be pretty bad. Ah, okay. I mean, yeah, that can happen, I guess. That is just a bit annoying. They had many outs, obviously, but it is a bit annoying that they can do that um, and get us. And they have the little zombie, which is the most annoying thing of them all. I don't think I can survive an extra turn. I'm just going to draw my card and concede, I think. Sure. Um, yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's do our whining in the in the sideboarding section. That was good. We got punished a bit there for doing silly things. I think ley lines have to come in against this. Um, I think chalices aren't that good anymore against them. Abrupt decays are good. Recurring lands is good. Trinisphere is not good. They run too many lands, one could say, and him actually isn't that good. I think they run enough enchantments that we'll find something. Valakut Exploration, Sylvan Library maybe. I think that'll be good enough. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with that name and exile them. That player suffers. Okay, so if we get Field of the Dead or Dark Depths, then we're kind of halfway there, right? Sorcerer Spyglass cuts a few things off, like Rishan Port. I feel like this is more interesting to play with. So we're leaving one him inside. Um, I have to say, him is not the worst thing with if we're saying we're mulliganing to leyline. Him is not bad. Um, I think I'd rather go like this. Okay. Swamp Fox is it's not great. It's not great. Is Necromentia better? Is the question. Maybe. Okay, I'm doing this wonky deck, and I'll be on the play, and I'm gonna win this time. Yeah. I'm gonna play. Well, I'm gonna mulligan this. Oh, okay, I guess I keep this. This isn't bad. because I can play my Sylvan Library. I get rid of my Smallpox. I can build up to something. I have my Leyline. I like this. So I get rid of this. I do that. Okay. And I drop my Sylvan Library and go from there. And I hope to draw another land immediately. Okay, I'm going to go for basic, and then basic, play my Bayou, play my Sylvan. Great, I don't think they can put any pressure on us. They're doing the same, but we have Abrupt Decay, and we can now hit them with Wasteland also, I think, maybe. I think I'm going to do it this way in case I find some way to do that. So I think we have to do this. And I think we're also going to do this. I think this deck is sneakily doesn't have that many mana producing lands, weirdly. Another library. They are sneaky, these people. I guess this is nice. Just a Crucible and then be able to just play any spells we want and Wasteland lock them out. From next turn, we're starting to do Wastelands. Even if they do crop rotation, now we have one in hand. Only we know this, though. It's our big secret. Yeah, Sylvan has got us ahead, and now it'll get them ahead a bit. Yep. Valakut Exploration, that's a good card, I've heard. So I guess we will continue by doing a lot of wastelanding, right? This is our plan, right? Keep wastelanding. And always keep a wasteland in hand. Keep wasting them. And keep a Thespian Stage in hand or Verdant Catacombs. I think I'm going to keep a wasteland in hand. Yeah. They have exploration, but they have double exploration actually. Oh no. Oh no. This can get very, very bad very quickly. Are we going to take 4 damage now and we're at 8 life? Okay. That was way too fast. Yeah, double Valakut. Oh, we're going to take probably lethal damage after they fetch. Yeah, okay. That was something that I had never experienced before. Yep, yeah, we got... I think they got us. That's all I have to say. Wow, that kills really fast. Like, yeah, I've never experienced that. Wasn't aware of that situation. Lands is a better lands deck than us. Unfortunately, they're more focused on their good strategy. I feel like sometimes we don't have a focus of a strategy. Like we're not a depth deck, we're not a lands deck, we're not a pox deck. We're the in between, which kind of has some cohesion and some kind of a few little, I don't know, mini combos in there. I mean, it has the lands combo, but it has some synergy, but maybe that synergy isn't that strong. We're good against Delver and creature-based decks, but we faced what do we faced? Show and tell, that's combo. We faced control, miracles probably, and then lands. So you're not facing that many creature-based decks. Thought Oko leaving the format meant that we're going to get some creatures. We're going to play against some creatures. We're going to have some nice games against DNT, Maverick, um, Elves, and Delver, and only those, and forget anything else. And it hasn't happened this league. Let's see if we can get at least 2 wins. We're kind of slowly climbing out of this funk. At least things are going to third game, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I think eventually I'll get back to my semi-winning ways, or at least keep my win percentage over 50%, so I don't have to buy any tickets. That should be good. Yeah, those are ultra grindy stuff that they have there. I'm just wondering, Valakut. Yeah, I need abrupt decays. I should have brought in those Golgari charms, really. Although, sometimes they don't even draw Valakut first, but now I'm starting to think that they probably do run the full set of 4. I think that makes sense thinking about it right now. 4 explorations, 4 Valakut exploration. Maybe they run only 3 explorations sometimes. But yeah, they must run all. And then they run Sylvan Libraries also, like probably 2. We saw 2 at least. So that means 10 targets for the Golgari charms. Should have brought them in. Should have brought them in. So I'm thinking all lands decks are probably like that, and those are their engines because Leyline takes care of one engine, and then Golgari Charm, Abrupt Decay takes care of the other, and Vraska take care of the other engine. Um, yeah, we did got Crucible, but Crucible is not that great against lands. We lost a die roll again. Let's see how we do this time. Play first. We don't have a keepable hand. We're going to mulligan. We can't keep this either. It's been unlucky. I feel like I'm mulliganing a lot lately. This is unkeepable. I'm going to mulligan it. And I have to mulligan this, I guess. I should have like said, no, I'm just keeping 4 cards to put at the bottom. Well, that's done. Okay. I've mulliganed once. Delver. Okay. At least it's Delver. Probably Underground Sea. Grixis. Is Grixis back? We've got mana. Or maybe it's a Death Shadow. That's the other thing. We've had 3 blind Delver non-flips, which I think is much better than average. So I feel pretty good about that one. We've mulliganed to 4 this game. I don't feel great about that. No, we mulliganed to 3. I don't think we're coming out of this one alive. Let's face it. But we can cast our hymn and see a bit more about what they're playing. We'll see if they're running days or something like that. 4-color Delver. No, maybe it's BUG Delver. It doesn't have to be red in there. Kind of forget that sometimes. Hmm. Okay, I think I'm going to go for this. Yeah, they can daze it or Chain of Smog. Oh, so they're running the new combo. So it's BUG combo Delver. But they're just going to kill me with Delvers. Like, I don't think this is going to go well for me. No flips. Okay. This isn't a bad result for me, honestly. I feel like if I draw Smallpox and I do Wasteland into Smallpox, and then draw land and I can loam, even if they do flip, I feel relatively okayish. Okay. I think I'm just still going to Wasteland. Cut them off of black mana. And then maybe next turn, well, I can't Wasteland again because I can't cast Loam and play land, or unless I get a Mox Diamond. They still haven't flipped. I mean, it's not seeing that. It doesn't seem that lopsided right now. Obviously, if those Delvers had flipped, I would be dead. But right now, it's not seeming that bad. Okay. I guess I have to go for my loam, right? And I do it with a basic forest because. And then do I loam actually? Can't cast another land. Can't cast a land in general. Can't play another land either. Okay, days. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Okay, now I only have 2 turns, but it's not that it's impossible. Like something right now would be great, which I think I should draw for. Yeah. Um, this is something. I'm not gonna lie. Let me start by doing that and see how they react. They didn't react the way I wanted them to react. So what happens is 1, 2, and 3 from the loam, 5, 6 from Verdant Catacombs, 7 from a spell, and then Cabal Pit, right? And I just pick up Thespian Stage. And I play. Oh, yeah. Next turn I can do all that. But yeah, okay. Let's see. If they don't have any way to counter an Abrupt Decay, actually, I think takes. Oh no, I can't draw a spell and loam. But do I get enough to kill one of them? It doesn't really matter, actually, now that I think about it. There's no way out of this. Do I have a Smallpox will get a Smallpox, 1 card from hand, 1 card from there, and that. Okay, let me see it through. A Smallpox, I think, might do it. Gets 3 cards in, then the fetch land, and it deals 1 damage to me, so it kills me. So Smallpox doesn't do it. I can see. Okay. I mean, Multi 3. It was a Multi 3. Yeah, I think, I don't know. It couldn't have gone much better than that. I think I'm just keeping my deck there. Chain of Smog, I'm not that worried about. I have Abrupt Decays. And I have enough. I don't think they're getting to 4 mana easily. to cast it in one turn, and I think if they try to do it over 2 turns, I have enough to hit them. And I'm playing first. Yeah, they might bring in Leyland or something like that. I would really like that. Because they saw Loam, and now they think, oh yeah, Loam is all they do. Yeah. If only the Delvers had never flipped. If the Delvers had never flipped, then yeah, the Cabal Pits would have taken care of it. But no, but that didn't happen. Yeah, this one is, again, a deck that I'm not really used to playing against BUG. I guess it's the new BUG Delver combo, Chain of Smog, that other card that has Magecraft, something Witherbloom, I'm guessing, or Witherbloom something. And they're, yeah, I guess it's nice to have a mid-range deck kind of with a combo finish. Those are pretty popular, kind of like maybe Elves is similar, or maybe Elves is, yeah, something like that. But Elves is a lot better, I think, than that Bug deck. And I'm guessing that they only run maybe the 4 forces or the 6 forces, which are really good for me because I like getting forced. It's a 2-for-1. I don't mind that at all. Veil of Summer would be interesting. They might run that, which might be an issue for me. I'll play first. Well, I can keep this, I guess, and hope to draw land. Yeah, let's see. Let's hope to draw land. I like lands. I'm going to play Nurturing Peatland, Mox Diamond, get rid of Cabal Pit, and then play my Thespian Stage, which will be my next land. Do I do this now? No, I don't do this now, I think. Even though Abrupt Decay end of turn could be a thing, but I don't think I'm going to Abrupt Decay a Delver. That seems kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't think I could have played the Cabal Pit. I don't think I can afford to just take that much damage. Unfortunately, I have 2 pain lands in my hand, which was that like a loose keep? I'm not sure. They could Daze here, they could Force here. But if they do, then Abrupt Decay takes care of the threat, and maybe Smallpox, or if I draw a land, Liliana is good. So a Force here isn't bad. Okay. Yeah, Force here isn't bad. A Wasteland follow-up is bad unless we draw a land. Okay, maybe they don't run that many instants and sorceries. Tarmogoyf. Okay. They're pretty aggressive. I need some lands. I definitely need some lands. Do I leave this for their turn or something like that? Maybe, yeah, maybe I do it last minute. If they have Veil, I get super punished. Okay. I should have thought of that. No flip again. Okay. At least I'm not going to get hit by Veil. They also have Uro. I'm not super worried about Uro, for some reason. I do need another land, though. Oh, this gets them even closer to Uro. Okay. This is pretty bad. I'm not drawing the lands that I need. Force of negation. I think now I'll have to do this. Or do I take one more hit and see if they play anything else? Maybe. I don't think I can cast Smallpox next turn. Yeah, I don't think I can cast it. The good thing is that their combo also has a creature, so I'm not that worried about it. I'm worried about another land. Oh, or ponder into another land. Yeah, if I get a land now, I'm casting maybe him, and then they cast Oro, then I cast Liliana, then they try to start reloading on Oro, right? And then I start smallpoxing and Lilianaing and doing fun stuff like that. Oh boy. They didn't get a land, so I think I'm going to take this risk. At least they'll be far away from casting Oro. Negation, okay. They have, if they draw a land now, we're in trouble. Or if they have a land in there. Thoughtseize, okay. Thoughtseize, yeah, that's a good one. What do they want to hit? Smallpox or fail? Oh, that's a bit annoying. I guess we need another land and then a smallpox. Or another abrupt decay. I'll accept that. We've lost a lot of life from this also. Yeah, this didn't go like the way I usually plan it. Usually I like to, win games. That's what I'm hoping to do every time. But I think I just have to do this, stop some of the pain, and then I'll take 4, maybe to Liliana or maybe to my face. And then hope to draw an abrupt decay or a smallpox or something like that. If they get a land, then I'm in even greater trouble than I was. Okay. I am going to copy it. Just want to see how it works online. Well, I don't know. It's just like some kind of game of chicken. Who's going to say no? I'm just going to say no. Yeah. This is not what I was hoping for. Yeah, I think I have to take the risk of them drawing a land and not wastelanding them. Okay, I like that. So now I definitely need to draw something. And it has to be really good because I have to draw something, and then after I draw that solution, I have to draw a Jukabok. Let me remember that also. That's important. Maybe I should have, if I had done a redraw here, well, then I wouldn't be able to cast anything, right? Let me try. Yeah, okay. Well, we lost that game. I feel like it's not a really bad matchup. Um, yeah, another 1-4. Ooh, pretty tough, pretty tough. We got two 4-1s, and now we are doing two 1-4s. It's all balancing out. We're at 50% now win rate, which is about right for the deck. Probably a bit less, I would say. But some close games, some less close games, and some kind of complete blowouts. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I don't have to think about the deck that much. I don't want to really change anything right now. I don't think anything that interesting was printed. There were a bunch of Golgari cards, but I don't think any of them could have helped us here. Um, I think Show and Tell is going to be a bad matchup. We're going to lose quite a few. Blue White Miracles is like probably their favorite, like 60%. So we've got a chance there. Delver is a good matchup. I think we're probably even with them. I'm not even going to say favorite. Probably even with them. So that's a good matchup. What else did we play against? I'm sure there was another. Well, yeah, there was the Bug Delver thing at the end there, and then yeah, Lance. I don't think it's going to be favored anytime soon. I have won quite a few matches against it, but they have a lot of engines and 2-for-1s and all that. We have like Abrupt Decay, which is a 1-for-1, and we have a lot more 1-for-1s, and yeah, this was a creature deck though, so I do feel a bit bad about losing this matchup, but oh well, maybe next week we'll do a bit better. Thanks for watching and catch you next time.